everybody, it's Andy here, and I know it's been a while since I've posted a new video. And as you can tell from the title of this video here, you probably know why. Over a month ago, I finally had to get help. I have been feeling, I'd been feeling bad for well over a year. It only got really bad about a year ago, and I was feeling very depressed. Before that, I always had some, like a short fuse on a few things, but never, ever had I felt like I did before I got help. So one day I just couldn't take it anymore, and I called my doctor and scheduled a visit, the first visit since I had lost all the weight that I did. And the morning of my doctor's appointment, well, the morning of the day I was going to go to see the doctor, somebody was joking around with me, and I got so irate that I took the cell phone I was holding in my hands and I kind of chucked it at the wall. And I was like, man, that is so not like me. I had a sense of dread every morning. I just didn't really like living all that much. So I went to the doctor, and he asked me, he said, okay, it looks like you're depressed. Can you tell me the symptoms you had? That was the only question he had to ask me, because I filled him in. I said, well, doctor, I said, I have an overwhelming sense of dread every morning. I get angrier much quicker than I should at small things. I don't find enjoyment in anything anymore. I have horrible, just kind of anxiety, I guess. I feel like I could cry at the drop of a hat. And then he looked at me because he was kind of worried. I could tell. He was honestly like thinking, okay, is this guy going to do something? And he asked me, are you suicidal? I said, no, I'm not suicidal, but I don't really care if I live. He said, so if you didn't wake up tomorrow, I said, that wouldn't bother me one bit. So he goes, well, I believe you're depressed. And so he goes, I'm going to write you out a prescription. It's a generic for Celexa. It's called citalopram, and I'm going to give you a 20 milligram dose, and I'm going to give it to you for a year. So here's my prescription, and I'll get to that in a minute. So he said, but because I'm giving you the prescription, I'm going to have to draw some blood to make sure there isn't some type of problem causing this. So they drew 2 little vials of blood and sent them off to the lab. He goes, if you don't hear anything by Thursday, you're okay, and come back and see me in a month for a checkup. So Thursday came and went. I didn't hear anything. I'm like, okay, cool. And I went back just earlier this week, and I have a clean bill of health. I went in to see the doctor. They weighed me like they always do, and the nurse talked to me for a little bit, and she said, the doctor has a med student with him. Do you mind if the med student sits in on this? And I said, no, I don't care. Bring him in the room. So the doctor came in, and I was even in a joking mood. I heard the doctor say in the hallway to this med student that this is Mr. Osborne. He was diagnosed with depression, and said something. So then he came in the room. I said, well, Mr. Osborne's my father. And he didn't know I was talking about it first. Then he got it. So the doctor said, I'm going to leave the med student in the room with you, and I'm going to be outside. Now, he's going to ask you some questions. He's going to take your, listen to your heart and listen to you breathe and stuff. And then he's going to come outside, tell me what he thinks, and then I'm going to come in the room and see if there's any other questions you have. So the med student came in. I don't remember his name, but he's a very nice person. Did a really good job. He was astonished with the weight loss as well. And he started asking me some questions, just basically, you were diagnosed with depression. What was the symptoms? Do you have any side effects of the pills? And things like that. And that was pretty much it. I told him, I hope you do good with your career. He goes, well, thank you. He went out and got the doctor, and the doctor come in. He goes, so how's everything? I said, good. He asked me any side effects, any nausea. I said, well, the first day I started taking them, I had nausea. And I did about 4 hours after I took them, which is when that particular drug reaches its peak. He said, but none after? I said, no, none after. He goes, well, I prescribed them to you for a year, so come back and see me in a year. And that was it. And I had never felt better in my life. It's rare when a doctor tells you, you know, that, hey, you're doing really good, when the last time you see him, they had you staring down the cannon of diabetes, potentially. So, on to the drug here. This Celexa's a 20 milligram dose. It does make me feel a little tired, but it's starting to not do that as bad, so I didn't bother to tell the doctor that, simply because I've been sleeping so good. I've never slept this good in my life. I no longer have this cloud of anxiety, dread, anything, and I have no reason to be depressed. That was the number one reason. You know, there's two types of depression. There's situational depression, where a family member dies or somebody gets in a horrible accident, something bad happens, and you get depressed because of that situation. But see, that goes away with the situation. Then there's clinical depression, like what I had, or still have. You know, it feels better just knowing you have something and you're just not going crazy. Anyways, then there is clinical depression, where you have no reason to be depressed. As a matter of fact, I have honestly the opposite to be depressed. Everything is going much better in my personal life. I know I said before I was under some strain, and I still am, but I can handle it now. Basically, I got a promotion where I work, and even my father asked me, he goes, you know, is that causing this? I said, no, but it's not helping. I've been feeling this for a lot longer than that. I'm more focused, I'm more energetic, I can get more done. The reason I haven't been posting videos is because I've been giving myself a while to get used to this medication. And there for a while I'd take it, and a couple hours later I'd be out. And so I really just, you know, gave myself some time, and I feel much better right now. So what I want to talk to you guys about is basically there's a certain stigma that goes with some depression or mental illness at all. And I mean, not everybody adheres to that, not everybody believes it, but there are some people that do, and partially the reason I didn't seek help right away is because I honestly thought that maybe I was crazy for even imagining that. Like, no, that can't be me. Well, the truth is, it can be me. It could even be you. And I just got to say, if there's one bit of advice I can give you that would help, is don't delay seeking help. I've just had the best month of my life. Well, okay, about the best 2 weeks, really, because it took a couple weeks for the medication to kick in. I honestly felt a much better difference just the next morning, but that was probably because I knew that I had something, and it wasn't just my imagination. And then by that weekend, I was feeling kind of down again, but ever since then, I've been feeling great. So my recommendation to you is to get help for whatever is ailing you, and never just wait around for it. You honestly should seek help if you think you have a problem. There's nothing wrong with thinking that you have something wrong and going to find out if you really do. It's better to be safe than sorry. So I will be seeing you all again very soon. I've got a bunch of videos to do. One of them coming up is the Card Game 7 from Greenstone Games. The creator was nice enough to let me borrow, or actually to have a couple sets, because he wants me to review it, him and his business partner. They sent me a nice letter. And it's a very fun game, and I'm looking forward to putting that video out very soon. So, I just want to say I'm back. I'm doing better than ever now. And if you have anything wrong with yourself, please seek help. And you know what? You can even email me. You know the address. I'll put it in the links below. You can even come to my website, andyvgr.com, and you can talk on the forums. I'm not on there every single day because I do have a very busy personal life as well. But I just got to say, you can email me, you can write me, Steam friends me, chat about whatever's bothering you, because it helps to communicate. Until then, good gaming, everybody.
I'm still alive. I'm still